Hi guys, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm switching things up a little bit and I'm gonna do a no arms yoga flow. This means that we're not doing any poses that put pressure on our hands, wrists, and arms, shoulders. So no tabletop, no down dog, no chaturangas, no plank poses. So you might sometimes have your fingertips on the floor for support, but we're really not putting our body weight onto it. So this is great if you have some injuries or really just kind of want to switch things up a little bit and give your joints a bit of a break, which is what I want to do. So let's begin in a comfortable seated pose. I'm also not going to be using any props for this practice. You should be good without them, but if you want, you can always have a block close by. So start sitting up nice and tall. We're going to take cat and cow from here, so you can hold onto your knees. As you inhale, you want to lift the chest up and squeeze your shoulder blades behind you. And then on the exhale, you're rounding the spine, dropping the chin towards the chest. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, contract. Lift, inhale, open the chest. Exhale, pull the belly in, relax the neck. Take your last one here. Inhale, lift. And exhale, release. Come all the way back to center and let's prepare for a twist. Bring your right fingertips behind you, left hand towards the right knee. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, twist to the right by pulling your right shoulder back. So hip bones are facing forward, pulling the belly button in and up to lengthen the crown of the head towards the sky, anchoring the tailbone down. One more inhale here. Exhale, release. Switch sides, right hand over your left knee, left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, we twist. So not trying to use too much effort here just yet. We're trying to warm up the spine and get some mobility in the shoulders and upper back. Take your last breath in the pose. And exhale, release. Let's take our butterfly fold. So staying seated, just bring the soles of your feet together to touch. Knees fall apart. On an inhale, lengthen and lift out of the lower back. And as you exhale, hinge forward at the waist and start to fold. And because we're not trying to make this too difficult on the upper body, maybe see if you can just relax your arms completely. Palms facing up towards the sky. Relaxing the neck and letting the head dangle. 10 breaths right here. Allow the breath to flow evenly in and out through the nose. The inhale is just as long as the exhale. Fold a tiny bit deeper, your last few moments in the pose. And let's unwind, lift back up. So we're going to bring the knees back in towards each other, feet flat to the ground, making our way into boat pose. So you can start by holding onto the backs of the thighs or just leaning back onto the hips. Arms are going to reach forward as we bring our shins parallel to the ground. Focus on lifting the chest up as high as you can. Maybe flex into the feet to reach through your heels. Activate the toes. Take one more breath, lift up higher, and then exhale to low boat. So lower back comes down to the floor. Toes and the eyes are about at the same height. Keep reaching your palms forward. Pull the lower belly in. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale, release. Let's pull our right knee in towards the chest. So you can hold on a little bit to the back of the thigh or the front of the shin. Just take a few moments here. Swaying the knee from side to side, warming up the hip flexors, stretching them a little bit. And let's switch. So left knee in, right leg out. Swaying the left knee this time. And let's set both feet flat on the ground. And because we're not really working at strengthening the upper body and using our arms, this is a great opportunity to strengthen the legs and the glutes. So starting in our bridge pose, feet are flat on the mat, hip width distance apart, relax the arms so you won't be tempted to use them. Just let them dangle to the side. The only thing you'll want to do is shrug your shoulders down and away from the ears so the chest stays open and free. Press into the feet, curl tailbone up, and slowly start to lift your hips all the way up towards the sky. Notice if the knees are opening up wide, try to keep them squeezing in so the knees are still pointing straight forward in line with the ankles. As we inhale, we're going to squeeze the glutes, lift up higher. And as you exhale, lower down halfway. We're going to do that 10 times. So inhale, lift. Exhale to lower. Press up. Lower down. Inhale up. Exhale to lower. Lift and squeeze. Lower down. Inhale up halfway. This is 5. Lower on the exhale. Press up 6. Exhale to lower. Squeeze 7. Lower halfway. Lift up 8. Lower down halfway. 9. Press and lift up higher. Exhale to lower. Last one to hold. Lift your hips up as high as you possibly can. Lean your weight onto your left leg and extend your right leg straight up towards the sky. So you should feel your glutes really start to burn and engage here. Reach through the toes. Bend the knee. Set the right foot back down to the floor. Switch sides. Lean on your right thigh, right leg. Extend the left leg up. Spread the toes nice and wide. Keep pressing into your right foot, lift your hips even higher, and slowly set the left foot back down to the mat. Gently roll all the way back down to the floor, and you can just widen the feet and let the knees drop side to side. Releasing the pose. Let's stretch the arms straight, the arms up overhead. Take one big stretch here from fingertips to toes, lengthening through the sides of the waist. So we're gonna come from here into Malasana, our yogi squat. So pull your knees in towards your chest, and you can start to rock up and down the length of your spine until you get enough momentum. You'll need to have your feet stepped wider towards the edges of the mat, heels in, toes out. So rock up and lift up using your core. So heels are in, toes are out, pressing the hands together at the center of the heart, using your elbows to open the knees up wider. Maybe rock a little bit side to side, swaying the hips. Try not to round forward too much. Stay lifted up tall. Take one more breath. And let's fold forward, ragdoll stance. So turn your feet parallel to the longer edges of your mat. Let the upper body dangle. Maybe hold on to the opposite elbows. A little bit of a bend in the knees can be nice here. Just decompress the upper back, the neck, the shoulders, stretching a little into the backs of the legs. So let's bring our fingertips back down. Toe heel your feet in towards one another. So big toes are touching, heels are apart. Bend the knees, drop the hips, and come up into your chair pose. So I'm just gonna keep my hands at the heart because the focus is not the upper body today, but if you wanted, you can always reach your arms up overhead if you'd like. Focus on bending into the knees, drop your hips as much as you possibly can. Shift a little bit more weight in towards the heels, maybe lift and spread all 10 toes off the mat. Sink down lower. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Look down if you need to help you with balance. Keep your right foot where it is and step the left foot all the way back into your crescent lunge. Feet should be hip width distance apart. You're bending into that right knee. So let's reach our arms straight up for this one. Take an inhale, and then exhale to twist. Right hand back, left arm forward. Pull your right shoulder back behind you. Keep bending into your right knee so the hips come down low. Come all the way back up, arms extend. Let's bring our hands at our heart. Straighten your right leg and bring your left heel down to the floor. So your left foot is turned at about a 45-degree angle. Both hips and both shoulders are facing forward. Take your pyramid pose fold. So hinge at the waist as you lower down. Hold halfway once your chest is parallel to the ground. Bring your right hand on your waist. Extend your left arm forward. Pull your right hip back, squeeze the left hip forward, press into both feet evenly. One more inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way down. Fingertips can either come to a block, to your shin, or to the mat. Relaxing the upper body again here. Make sure the hips are still squared forward. Let's lift up about halfway. Start to bend into your right knee. Look past your palms. Step up to your forward fold. Keep your feet about hip width distance apart or so. Bend the knees. Let the upper body hang heavy. Halfway lift. Inhale. Flat back. Look forward. Exhale. Fold a little deeper. Let's do two more like this. Inhale. Lift and lengthen out of the waist. Exhale. We fold. Last one, inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Toe heel the feet back in towards each other, big toes touching, heels apart. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Utkatasana, chair pose, hands at the heart. Rock the weight in towards the heels, lift and spread the toes, sink down lower. Remember, you can always reach your arms up overhead if you would like to make this a little stronger in the shoulders. Otherwise, keep your palms where they are at the center of the chest. Breathe. And start to look down just a little bit, stepping back into a crescent lunge. Right toes back, left foot stays where it is. Bend into the left knee, dropping the hips down low. On an inhale, let's reach our arms straight up towards the sky. Exhale, open the arms, so left hand back, right hand forward. Keep bending into that left knee. Pull the lower belly in. Inhale, come back to center, reach the arms up, and let's bring our hands at our heart, straighten the left leg, bring the back foot in a little bit so you can plant the heel down, turned out at a 45-degree angle. Inhale here. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist, hold when you're halfway down, bring your left hand on your hip, right arm forward, bicep along the ear, thumb is pointing straight up. So bend your knees as much as you need to here. You really don't need to be perfectly straight. Be mindful of your lower back. One more inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold all the way down. Bring your palms wherever you would like. Maybe shake out the head. Make sure there's no tension here. Lift and lengthen. Start to bend into your left knee. Carefully step the right foot to the top of the mat. Take your forward fold. 3 halfway lifts. So inhale, lift up halfway, flat back. Exhale, release. Fold a little deeper. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Bend the knees generously. Slowly roll all the way up to stand. Head and shoulders are the last to make their way there. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Palms are shining forward. We'll come into warrior 2 from here. So keep your right foot forward. Step the left foot all the way back. You want your left foot to be parallel to the short edge of your mat. You're bending into that right knee and extending the arms out. Palms are facing down. Drop the hips as low as you can and press your right knee open. Gaze is straight forward. Sink down a tiny bit lower. Let's straighten the right leg, bring your back toes in a little bit. Hips are going to go back, sliding the right hand down the right leg, left arm up. And because we're not using arm strength, you'll need to engage your core. Press the outside of your right hand to the inside of your shin. If having the left arm up is uncomfortable, just keep your left hand on your waist. So that's what I'm gonna do here because I'm trying to put pressure or take away tension in the shoulders and in the neck. Start to look down at the floor. Bend into your right knee, and you'll need to lift your back heel off the ground. So we're back into our crescent lunge, tilting forward at a 45-degree angle. Reach your arms back, palms facing down. Try to squeeze your legs in towards one another. Pull the lower belly in as much as you can. Drop the hips a tiny bit more. Let's come up, hands to the heart. Look forward and step up. Pull your left knee in, engaging through the hip flexors. Squeeze and lift it up. And let's take eagle pose. Cross your left thigh over your right. Toes can always stay down on the mat if you'd like, or they can wrap around. Bending into both knees to drop the hips. Feel free to leave your arms out of this pose if you did want to do full eagle pose. Left arm is gonna wrap underneath the right, binding once or twice. So again, I'm gonna leave that out and just keep my hands at the chest. Bend a tiny bit more. Sink the hips. And let's release, unwind, reach your arms up overhead. Inhale, bring your palms together to touch. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist, soften down. Take your halfway lift. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees generously, slowly roll all the way up to stand. Head and shoulders are the last to make their way up. Draw the shoulders down and away from the ears. Warrior two on the second side. Left foot forward, right foot stays back. Right foot is parallel to the short edge of your mat. You're bending into your left knee and pressing that left knee open, arms out. Gazing forward, try to press your left knee a little bit more. Keep reaching through your back heel. Lengthen the crown of the head up. Slow, steady breaths. Sink down a little deeper. And let's come into triangle pose. So straighten the left leg. Bring your back foot in just a few inches. Hips are gonna go back. You're sliding your left hand down your left leg. You can either bring your right arm straight up to the sky or just keep it on your hip where it was, pulling the right shoulder back. You're pressing the outer edge or the back of your left hand to the inside edge of your left leg. Belly is strong and engaged to hold the chest up. So it really doesn't matter how far or how low you get into this pose. Instead, focus on lengthening both sides of the waist so you're not contracting or collapsing forward. We're making our way into our crescent lunge from here. So start to look down, bend into your left knee, lift your right heel off the ground. So both hips are gonna face forward, reach the arms back, palms facing down. Bend into your left knee even more. Squeeze and hug the legs in towards the midline. Feel the hamstrings engage. Drop down a tiny bit lower. Inhale to lift, hands at the heart. Gaze forward, step to the top of the mat, bring your right knee in with you. Engage the hip flexors to lift the knee up as high as you possibly can. And let's take eagle pose. Cross the right thigh over the left. Maybe the toes loop back, they don't need to. If you want to do full eagle, this time it's right arm underneath your left. Otherwise, keep your hands together. See if you can bend into your knees even more while keeping the chest lifted and the tailbone anchoring down. Strong core. One more breath here. And let's release, unwind, reach the arms up overhead. Inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale to release. Step your feet wide again, heels in, toes out, Malasana once more, yogi squat. Bend the knees, drop the hips. Press the palms together at the chest, use your elbows to let the knees open up a little wider. So what you're doing right now is option one. If you wanted to take this hip opener deeper, you can bring your heels together to touch. So the toes are still pointing out, but the heels are a lot closer towards each other. And then you can fold forward, bringing your palms back behind you, maybe catching a hold of the back of the shins or the ankles or the heels. And then you're folding down, trying to get the crown of the head towards the floor. So 5 breaths, no matter which pose you've chosen to take. Slowly come back up, and because we're already pretty much there, we're just gonna sit down. And let's extend our right leg forward. Left foot comes to the inside of your right thigh. Hips and chest are still facing forward towards the top of the mat. As you inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward at the waist and fold. So again, I'm not using my arms, so I'm just gonna keep my palms facing up and let gravity do the work for me. Very little effort required. Let's roll all the way back up. And slowly switch sides. Right foot in, left leg forward. Square off your hips. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, hinge and fold. Coming all the way back up. We're gonna make our way into camel pose. So come up onto your shins. You'll want your knees to be hip width distance apart. I find it easier to have the toes curled under here, but if you prefer to have the feet flat, that's perfectly fine also. You want to lengthen your tailbone down towards the floor to help support your lower back. So you're not necessarily tilting too far forward, but you want to make sure that you're not excessively curving through your lower back. I'm just gonna pad my knees here just because the floor is pretty hard where I am. So folding up my mat a couple times so I have some more padding. Tucking the toes under, knees are underneath the hips. Tailbone is reaching down, lower belly is hugging in. You can place your hands towards your lower back, fingertips pressing down, squeezing your shoulder blades behind you. As you inhale, start to lift the chest up towards the sky. Think of lengthening up and then going back instead of going straight back. And you might not need to go too far into this pose before you start to feel the opening at the center of the chest. If it feels like compression in the lower back, you know you've gone too far. Another option with the arms is to just bring the hands at the front of the chest. Take another breath here. And slowly come back up. Set your hips on your heels, palms on the knees. Take a few breaths. Let's come into a wide-legged child's pose. So unfolding your mat if that's what you were doing. Bring your knees as wide as you would like them to be. Walk the palms forward and down. Forehead to the mat for 10 breaths. Let's lift out of the pose. Swing your legs forward and down and lower all the way down to your back. Take any little final movements that you need here before we come into shavasana, maybe pulling the knees to the chest or rocking a little side to side. And actually, let's take a twist before we close our practice. So reach your arms out so you're not tempted to use them. We want to keep both shoulders to the mat. Pick up your hips and move them a couple inches to the right and drop both knees over to the left. So you can either just keep one knee over the other, or if you wanted to twist even deeper, you can wrap your right thigh over your left before letting them come down. Be mindful of keeping your right shoulder pressing down to the floor. Breathe deeply into the lower back. Use your core to help the knees come all the way back up to center. And let's switch sides. So move your hips to the left, and we're going to drop our knees to the right, either one over the other or crossing the left thigh over the right before they drop down. So this time you need to be careful to keep your left shoulder pressing down to the floor. Lifting the knees back up, uncrossing the legs, come into shavasana, your final resting pose. Take up some space, palms facing up towards the sky, shrugging the shoulders away from the ears, closing the eyes. Noticing how your body feels after your practice. Thank you all so much for doing this no arms flow with me. I do hope you found it beneficial. This is where I will leave you, but feel free to stay in shavasana for as long as you would like. I hope you'll take the time to subscribe to my channel. Namaste.